Today I want to chat about Chanel Metiers Dart collection year 2025. Please guys, stay with me. Hi guys, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. My name is Oksana. Thank you very much for clicking on this video. Today we're gonna talk about new Chanel handbags for Metiers Dart 2025. Chanel kind of almost on a snooze button mode, if I may say, because obviously everybody is waiting for the fall collection. That's when the new creative director Metiers supposed to present his first collection. Everybody is hoping for something extremely exciting. Let's see what's gonna happen. Nevertheless, let's review this collection for Metiers Art 2025. Usually Metiers d'Art, I supposed to say, my absolutely favorite collection, because usually during this collection it's kind of more bling and sparkles, more of the sequins, more of the rhinestones, etc. It's very showy collection, usually lots of gold, lots of silver, etc. So some of the bags, obviously lots of bling bling, but some of the bags are less blingy. I noticed also there is a more tendency to kind of almost like a travel essentials with Chanel, which is, it's been a while since Chanel did something more extensive for travel, if I may. Anyway, I will start with the handbags that I actually personally like the most, and one particular handbag I want to talk in more details, and it's this handbag. It's actually on the website presented with the two options. One of the options just in the caviar leather, very simple. And if you look at this bag, what first things comes to your mind? It's exactly like Coco handle, with one difference. It actually looks like a little bit wider at the bottom, so it means it's kind of more stable, and it doesn't have division in the middle. Because I had several Coco handles in my collection, and I love that bag in the sense of shape of the bag, but the function was horrible. The bag was always kind of tilting forward and then flipping. The back compartment is very tiny and so uncomfortable to reach to, so kind of unusable. Usually you load the front compartment, it's a tilt bag even further. This bag doesn't have any compartment. It's in caviar, so it's main plus, but the price is $7,400 before taxes for me. So it means in Toronto we have 13% taxes, so we are talking about, like, I don't know, close to $8,400 for the handbag, for mini handbag. So really expensive. And there is the options of this handbag also kind of little bit more dressy, with kind of more dressy handles, and that's where they actually show that there is no division of this handbag, and I actually love it. I think if from very beginning they came up with the idea of Coco handle without any division, kind of more stable, I think it would have been major, like it was a hit. Coco handle was always popular, quite often resold with a higher price, like, you know, on the resale market, because it was always done mostly in caviar, with the exception of few collection. I love this bag. This new addition, I really love it so very much. The other one, they call it bowling bag, and I noticed also in this collection there was lots of variation of kind of fabricy handbags and suede handbags. So this one is actually in velvet. I even love the color, kind of brownish. I kind of a little bit worry about the zipper, because usually when there is kind of vanity handbags with the zippers in Chanel, usually zipper is very hard to operate. Not sure how easily it's going to be operate this zipper on this specific handbag, but I love aesthetic. Very simple, classy. I love also the size of the top handle. Looks like it will be easy to kind of slide in on the crook of your arm. Really beautiful. And I believe there is several variations of this bag. Yeah, in leather, in velvet. Very, very beautiful. I love it. The other things I kind of want to notice that when it comes to clutch and Chanel, quite often clutch it's kind of in small leather goods. I love that this handbag is true kind of clutch style, because quite often they try to do clutch that could be used as a handbag. You can add chain, remove chain. I really love clean representation of the clutch. Very simple, very classy, just a kiss look. Absolutely beautiful. If you need a clutch for kind of evening outing, for special occasion, you know, red carpet, etc., beautiful choice. Very, very simple, beautiful choice. Absolutely love it. Other options again of the, I don't know what they call this, even bowling bag, or maybe a vanity case. They call it vanity case. Again, extremely expensive, almost 8,400 before taxes, but I love detailing. I love detailing on the top handle. Again, when it comes to zippers with Chanel handbags, I'm kind of a bit finicky about them, especially nowadays with the quality of the Chanel handbag, but I'm hoping maybe this one will be good. Not crazy about shiny leather. It's when it comes to shiny, almost looking like a patent leather, there is kind of almost two groups of people who actually, one group that absolutely love it because it's kind of more dressy, more funky, and another group of people that absolutely hate it. Usually when it comes to kind of like patent shiny looking leather, you either love it or hate it. There is very, very few people kind of in the middle that, oh, I could wear it occasionally. So when it comes to Chanel and shiny leather, I'm kind of more on cautious side, I would say. I would just prefer simple lambskin if it comes to, or caviar, but this kind of between shiny leather, not really crazy about. Then when it comes to podium, there was lots and lots of kind of like shopping style totes, or like, yeah, I would say it's kind of like a tote style, like shopping style handbags. And it's funny, I'm gonna include pictures also, that on the runway it's even presented kind of, you have already Tote, but looks like Tote is not big enough. You have to add another SLG in the form of Chanel Mini to kind of like almost SLG becomes like a charm on the handbag, which is really cute looking on the runway. I really love this kind of like funky idea. Also note on the runway, when it comes to the handbag, not those boots. Looks like the high knee boots are coming back to style. We shall see, we shall see. Looks like they're coming back, but nevertheless, I love that this new style tote bag, kind of like they have a longer one, almost like, you know, north-south and east-west, two different options. I really love that it's combination of suede and leather. That's what I really love about that specific handbag, and looks like they're really promoting this kind of style more and more, because before Chanel it's kind of prim and proper, now more and more it's kind of relaxed style. They starting with Chanel 22, it looks like Chanel 22 is still going strong. Now they're really promoting and pushing Chanel 25, again more kind of relaxed style. Now with these tote bags, kind of again more relaxed style. When I'm looking at the picture, it looks like the top handle could be again adjusted, because it's there is like a buckle that you can, looks like you can adjust. Cute. Let me tell you, really, really cute. If the prices wouldn't be so crazy, because like this one is almost 10,000 before taxes, I think it's a little bit expensive for the tote bag, just kind of like everyday tote bag. But then nowadays everything is so expensive. But overall, I really love this style, and as I said, most importantly, I really love the combination of the suede and leather. And I think they did it in a very, very practical way, because the base of the bag in black leather, which is more durable, easier to repair, and then the top, it's in suede, which gives that kind of contrast and vibe, and the top handle again in black leather, so which is very, very practical. There is a couple of, again, vanity cases in this kind of brownish burgundy color. Love the color, not so crazy about the leather. Again, I'm kind of trying to stay away from the shiny leather. And again, lots of zippers. Not huge fan of zippers on Chanel bags. I tried several times vanities or like the possibilities of the zipper on Chanel handbags. Not my cup of tea, not my cup of tea. Previously I was talking about kind of travel and different style of the travel bag. Here is the maxi bowling bag, again in that kind of like shiny leather. I don't know why they did that. The bag by itself, it's already quite large. On top of everything, the shiny leather, not my favorite, not my favorite. Especially nowadays when you don't want to kind of attract attention to yourself with all these kind of luxury handbags. The handbag also that I kind of like really very, very much is this drawstring bag, and to me it's kind of like better version of Chanel 22 Mini. I really love the drawstring. I really love the strap. I really love that the strap could be adjustable. Actually, I love everything about this bag. It's presented on the website in gold color, quite dark gold color, which is normal for a Metiers Dark collection. They have lots of gold usually at Metiers Dark collection. I really love this bag. Expensive again, about $8,500 before taxes. But what isn't expensive right now at Chanel? Everything is expensive at Chanel. There is another variation of bucket bag, I would say. This scenario of this kind of style of the bag almost gives me kind of Loewe style, when it's like everything is so graphic. I don't know, kind of more structural effect. Not so crazy about this specific one. In general, I'm not really a huge fan of the bucket bags, but if you love bucket style bag, that could be again something to consider, because it's definitely unique. Large pouch bag, that's what they call it on the website. It's a satin, again looks very, very relaxed. And notice what they did on this bag. It kind of gives the vibe of Chanel 22, but they put grommets, so it means the drawstring can move easily, so you can kind of cinch the bag. Similar, not really, but it looks like they're trying to learn the lesson and making the bag more practical, more usable, if I may. Would I buy the bag in satin leather for over $8,000? Because it's $8,025 before taxes, so it means with the taxes it's about $9,000. Probably not, but again, if money is like, you know, no object for you, so why not? You can buy it. There is a couple of backpacks. Again, when it comes to backpacks, I actually tried several times backpacks at Chanel, but in general, I would say I'm not really a backpack style person. If I want to use a backpack, it would be just kind of normal backpack for its function. As a handbag backpack, I tried with Louis Vuitton, I tried actually with Chanel. I kind of like the idea, but maybe because the backpack doesn't really look great on me. I was never a huge fan, but let's say if you're a young mother with the kids and you want to be completely hands-free, backpack could be a great option. And quite often also they made in caviar, which is very, very practical leather, so kind of cute. What was the price of this backpack? About 7,700 Canadian before taxes. They call this cuff bag. Very interesting choice of name. I remember it was, I think about 5 or 6 years ago, I actually tried a true cuff SLG at Chanel, and it was interesting. I was even confused. I was like, what is this? What you can use this for? And my essay goes like, oh, you can put, I don't know, just a lipstick over there at very most, maybe just a credit card, because nothing else will fit. But it was kind of cool accessory. Again, I would say if you were like a young girl that you like to go to a lot to nightclubs, could be idea. But this is totally different. They call it a cuff bag. It's more in the sense that it's kind of cinched on the top, but it's fairly large size, not large, I would say kind of small medium size, because it's 23 in centimeters in width. Cute. A little bit different. As I said, I glad that they're coming with some kind of different styles, but that's about it. Nothing in this collection, because Metiers Dart, you were expecting always some kind of glums and glitters. There is several minis and kind of classic flops with lots of sequins, which is, they're nice, don't get me wrong, they're nice. Usually on the website even price upon request, etc., meaning like it's extremely expensive and you cannot buy it. Saying about all these kind of classic styles and something exceptional in the sense of Metiers Dart collection, this is what I truly like this season. They came up with the idea of classic Chanel handbag, mini 255, and it's with the crystals, and they call strass as well. And I like that on the lock you have a crystals, and on the chains you have a crystals, and there is a variation of just kind of colorless, I would say, crystals, just kind of like all blingy white. And there is a variation of colorful crystals, and I'm going to include both pictures, again in a velvet. To me, it's truly a very, very classy evening handbag. If you want to have some absolute classy, truly Chanel style as an evening handbag, that's the choice to buy. And that's when I think I'm gonna finish talking about this collection. My essay sent me a message inviting me to the opening. It's on July 12th, but frankly I'm not sure. Even the last month she sent me email inviting me on to Chanel sale. Even on a sale I don't want to go, because frankly their prices are so out of control right now. Even on a sale it doesn't make sense, because like right now Chanel, any jacket or something, it's about 14,000 Canadian, 15,000 Canadian. So even if it's 40% sale, it's 10,000 plus taxes. It's about 11,000-12,000 a jacket, Chanel jacket. It doesn't make sense to me. It's so out of control expensive right now. The t-shirt is $4,000 or $5,000, just a simple t-shirt. It's absolutely out of control, and kind of, you know, you have to go with the flow with inflation, increase in prices, but I think they kind of bent so much that the majority of the people revolt. Like, you know, they don't want to buy Chanel any longer. It's in the price sense, it's absolutely ridiculous when it comes to also the quality, because they're trying to increase their production so much. Quality is suffering, prices are going up. It doesn't make sense to buy Chanel at these prices. I don't know what Matthew will do with Chanel. I'm truly hoping he will be brave enough to bring these issues and make some kind of handbags and general, like, you know, ready to wear and accessories really in good quality, but more, I couldn't say like word affordable, because none of these things are affordable, but something that people will be willing to pay their coins for this kind of product. And I think that's how I'm gonna finish today's video. Thank you very much for being here with me. Don't forget to like, share, potentially maybe even subscribe, and I will see you on my next one.